Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another one of my videos. I'm here at Ghetto Lincoln of Punta Gorda, Florida. Those guys were super nice and allowed me to film one of their most popular vehicles, and this is a first Lincoln on my channel, so even more excitement. Today I'm going to take you on the tour of it. We're going to check it out from the exterior, interior, pop the hood, see what powers up this thing, play with some cool and interesting features on the inside. At the end of this video we're going to go for a ride together. Now guys, if you haven't checked out the rest of my channel, please do so. If you like it, consider subscribing. Hit that little subscribe button at the bottom of this video. That's going to help me out reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I can't do it without you. I know you'll help me. So go ahead and click that subscribe button now. Let's talk Lincoln for a second as a brand. Now, unless you've been living under the rock, you know that Lincoln is part of Ford Motor Company, and it's a luxury brand, kind of like Cadillac is to a Chevy. That's what Lincoln is to Ford. Now, it hasn't always been like this, because Lincoln was actually started as its own company back in 1917. And for about 5 years, it was a separate company from Ford. Now, in 1922, which is exactly 100 years ago, Ford Motor Company acquired Lincoln, and it has been the division of Ford ever since then. Now, it was paired up with its mid-range division, which was Mercury, which no longer exists. This is definitely a luxury vehicle, and since it's the first one, I never had a lot of experience with Lincolns. So today, the hands-on, it's definitely going to be one of the first. So I'm super excited to take a look at this vehicle with you. So looking at the hood has a very distinct body lines on it. It has one that's very sharp body line right in the middle of it, and then two a little bit more subtle on the sides. Love the color of it. That pearl white color really sparkles in the sun. And if you look at the lights, those are fully LED lights. But you can see right there, you can see the turn signals are right here. Then you have the regular LED lights. Those are high beams, LED lights, etc. And they look very, very nice on this vehicle. Now, as far as the front grille, this is a luxury vehicle, so it's a chrome grille. It's encased in chrome, the interior is chrome, and it does have this big, huge Lincoln logo. Now, at the bottom of this logo, there is a front view camera. And what's nice about it, there's a little washer for that camera in case, you know, you encounter some of the elements. Love that color of this vehicle. Now, the bottom portion of this bumper, it doesn't have the appearance package, but at the bottom portion of this bumper, you can see a little bit more chrome. Then very bottom of it, that's where that matte black is. This portion right here, there's a little bit of this shiny black, and then you can see the air inlets. Those are actually functional air curtains, kind of a strange ones, but functional air curtains on the sides. Well, let's pop the hood and see what powers up this thing. Under the hood, I like the hood struts on both sides. They keep the hood nice and high. Now, as far as the engine, you can't see really that much, but it is a 3-liter V6 twin turbocharged engine, 400 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque, made it to a Ford 10-speed automatic transmission. Now this particular one is in rear-wheel drive, but it's also available in the all-wheel drive, of course. And this is one of the most powerful mid-size SUVs in its class. Now it also is available at the higher trim levels with the more powerful 494 horsepower, same engine with the electric assist. And this particular one should get this vehicle moving 0 to 60 in about 5.5 seconds. Definitely more luxurious than the Ford Explorer. It definitely looks it too. I like the looks of it. It is sporty, but it is luxurious. And actually, one of the things, it doesn't look like the old people's car, which that's what Lincoln to me used to be. Maybe that's because I'm getting older. It all of a sudden looks more attractive, but I think they've done a really, really nice job kind of modernizing the brand and making it appealing to a younger generation. So let's take a look at this vehicle. I like how this hood kind of hovers over even those fenders, and their fenders are pretty much straight down. There's two parts to it, like those window, the wheel wells, if you will. They have part of it is matte black, and part of it it's still flat, but it's painted the same color as the car. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. I like the wheel design. Kind of look like this jet engine on the inside, kind of those bent spokes, multi spokes, 255 by 55, and the size of these rims are 20 inches, but you can go up to 22 inches if you'd like to customize it a little bit more. Aviator spelled out on the side trim. That's basically the theme for all the Lincoln models. So you have the Corsairs have it, the Nautilius have it, the Aviators have it, and the Navigators. I haven't seen the new one, but I believe that's going to have that too. What's very interesting about this vehicle too, that the actual keyhole, in case you lock yourself out of the vehicle, it's right in front, right underneath this mirror. So if you are buying one and the battery dies, that's where you stick your key to unlock the vehicle. Mirror caps on this particular one are glossy black. So are the A pillars and all the other B and C pillars as well. Make it for more cohesive look as far as this vehicle. Now the mirrors are also equipped with the turn signal and with the blind spot assist, as well as they have the cameras built in, so fully loaded mirrors. One strange thing, it's I have to get used to it, it's the way that the doors open. This is not just a regular handle that you pull and you can see or you can feel that handle move. No, it is an electronic button right underneath, inside of this door handle, and when you press it, it releases the door and then you can open it. And I can't figure out, you know, how to lock it without actually pressing the button. I'm not sure if this particular one has that feature, but of course you can do it with your key. Basically lock this, and you can see once you do that, the mirrors are folding in. Bottom of it's got a little bit of a chrome trim and the matte black at the very bottom of it. I guess that's to prevent the vehicle from scratching, the visible scratches. And then you have this chrome surrounding around the windows. Now the windows are big, in particular the third row window, so I'm kind of curious of how much room it's gonna have inside. But before we get there, let's take a look at the rear view. Pretty nice. I like it. I like this gate spoiler and how it has this third brake light that's clear, by the way, built inside of it. It's Lincoln spelled out. I love the light bar, all that's connecting both of the lights now, and then the lights are fully LED lights. Now you have all of them built in, the turn signals. Let's hit this lock button so you can see that right there. So you got the turn signals, you got the reverse lights, you get the regular tail lights right there. You also have the rear view camera, and guess what? The rear view camera's got this little washer right on the bottom of it as well, so you're never gonna have to worry about the camera not picking up stuff because it's dirty. Chrome trim right inside of it, another one at the bottom of it. These are not only reflector lights, they're also kind of the position lights. And at the bottom part of this bumper, you also have the signals. Well, you also have the sensors for the backup assist and visible exhaust. Double exhaust on each side. Looks pretty nice. Let's open it up. Let's see how much room we have. Well, you can open it several different ways. One of them is basically pressing the button. It is a power lift gate, so it opens up and you can control the height that it opens up to. You can set it to lower or higher, whatever your height is or whatever your garage allows you to. Let's see how much room we have here. Now, what we have underneath here, there's a little bit more storage underneath this floor right here. No spare tire, but quite a bit of storage, I gotta tell you. That's got some room in here. And then the seats are folded up. Not a lot of room with the third row seats folded up, especially if you look at this angle. If the seats are folded up, that only leaves you with this much room. But that's pretty much standard for all of the mid-size SUVs. This one's about 199 inches long, so it's on the larger side. And it's got a pretty cool feature. I like that. You can fold down the seats, either one or two, or both of them with one push of a button. And once you push it, the vehicle does its job, folds the seats down. That's how much room you have with the seats folded down. What else do we have? While we have these down, let's check out the third row seat. What do we have on the sides? We have their own vents and the cup holders, which is nice. A little more storage on top. Right here, not sure for what. Subwoofer and grocery hook. And this is it. Let's check out the rest of the interior. Guys, if you're looking for a roomy mid-size vehicle, that might be one of them. Well, it definitely is. I mean, I do have enough of knee room. I do have plenty of headroom. There is definitely lots of shoulder room. The seats are super comfortable. The interior is very, very premium. And this is one of the mid-size trims. This is not even the top of the line, but let's check it out together. Well, let's start with the door panel right here. I like the design of it. I think it's very nice and luxurious. I like how it is two-tone. You have this leather-wrapped armrest right there. Then you have the window controls and the door lock controls. You have a speaker. Now, this surrounding, I'm not a big fan of this shiny black. I mean, it's going to leave a lot of fingerprints on. And what also I'm not sure about is this door handle or door release button. Basically what it does is instead of having the regular door handle which you pull and it's gonna unlock the door, you have this. So when you press this, it basically unlocks the door and you can push it open. Now at the bottom of it you also have the speaker, and then you have a little bit more storage on the inside of this door. Now let's take a look at this interior. I gotta tell you, love the seats. Some people say it's a funky design. Maybe it is, but it's super comfortable. It feels like you're sitting on a very expensive leather couch, and it's real leather. Right. So in the middle, you have this console, which basically is your climate control, and then you have heated and ventilated seats in the back. How cool is that? It is 3-stage heated, 3-stage ventilated. This is awesome. Go back to the home screen. It's all touchscreen. Climate control. All right, you can have the air quality, auto air refresh. This is awesome. And then you have your audio settings. So we turn that off, but you can turn it on, and then you can change the settings. Well, let's do it for a second. On. They have a volume control. Yep. Turn the volume all the way down, but you can do your source, right? You can seek different radio stations, presets, etc., or you can turn it off like we had it before. And then you have other settings in here. Let's see what those are. Display off, calm screen. What's calm screen? Oh, that's pretty cool. It is really calm. All right, so it's got the clock and it's got some clouds rolling through. That's pretty cool. At the bottom of it, you have your air vents, and then at the very bottom, you have your USB, two USB-C and the USB, and then you have your regular household outlet that is on. Right now, you can turn that off as well. And in the middle, right here, the pass-through, you have the cup holders, as well as you have some storage for other things. And then, move on to the third row seat. This is a 6-seat configuration, so you have 2 people in the back, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the front. Gotta tell you, moving into the third row seat, oh, my legs are squished. Look at this. If I were to sit normally, look where my knees are. They're actually in front of this cushion. So no way for me to get and be comfortable in the very back seat. These are definitely for kids only. The good part is you press the button and they move, they fold out, so I can actually get out of here. We're gonna open and close the door, see what the quality is like, see how that thump sounds. Boom. Pretty nice. Okay, what else do you have here? Look at this. It's got this little pad, so if you know the code, you don't have to have the key. You can just access it using the code. Seen that on other Ford models. And the same theme, of course, is in the back door, with the exception that you do have the seat controls, 3 member seat settings, and a bunch of adjustments as far as the comfort of the seats. And then you have the window mirror lock controls, and the same thing. I'm not sure if I like that, but just in case, if you get stuck and you can't open the door, there's a little emergency release, so you can actually still open it the manual way in case the battery dies and, I don't know, you fell into a retention pond. Hopefully not. All right, let's take a look at this. Lincoln proudly displayed on this door sill right there. Pull twice to open the hood, which we already looked at, and then you have different adjustments. Let's say this is for your lights, this is for your dimmer, and your gate opener. And interior looks absolutely amazing. Check it out, 2022 Aviator. I gotta tell you, this is a luxury definition of it. I didn't think that I would like this vehicle, and I'm starting to like it more and more. The more I look at the exterior features, interior features, this is awesome. Look at the combination of class and modernized electronics, all of that stuff. This is absolutely amazing. We're going to start with the steering wheel first. The steering wheel, super nice to the touch. It's got a little bit different features than some of the other one, like you have the voice control that's right here. Well, the drawback to it is if you're driving, you might accidentally push that, but what happens if you do? Well, it's basically going to ask you to speak now, so you can actually cancel that right on the front screen, and off we go. Now the steering wheel itself, same kind of color combination as the rest of the interior. So you have a little bit of beige, a little bit of brown, a little bit of black, and on the left hand side you can see the different radio stations that you can basically switch over. Then you can adjust your volume, and this is for your cruise control. Now it's pretty cool. Did you see that? Cruise control, when it's off, you don't even see that there's anything right here. Watch this. Turn the cruise control on, and you have the main cruise control buttons. You can adjust the distance between you and the car in front of you. You can also set the speed and accelerate, decelerate, and all that stuff. There's something on the other side, adaptive cruise control. Oh, that's how you adjust it. And the buttons are actually on the back. The front are only the screen that tells you where they're located. All right. Big, nice Lincoln logo on it. Not in your face, but pretty cool. In the back, okay, pedal shifters. Now these are, like, if I were to complain about something, kind of cheap looking, if you ask me. With all this luxury around it, the pedal shifter is kind of like an afterthought, and then the stalks, of course, for your lights and for your wipers, etc. But the steering wheel overall, it's on the smaller side. It's actually a nice size, and it feels good to the touch. As you can see in the instrument cluster right there, I mean, you have this 12-inch instrument cluster. Okay, we're going to dismiss this alert and see how that looks. So I'm sure there's other customization, but this is what the main screen looks like. So you have your speed, tire pressure. So see, we added the tachometer to the left side of this screen. This is a 12-inch screen, by the way. It's kind of monochrome, so even though it is a, I think it's color display, but everything is kind of like bronze and white. So actually looks really nice, very nice and classy. So let's check this out. Now you also have, this is a 12-inch screen, and this is like the 10-inch screen, the center stack. And by the way, I apologize for it blinking. It doesn't really blink, but the frequency or the frame rate of the screen is different than the frame rate of the camera. So you just have to trust me, it doesn't blink. It's actually a pretty nice looking screen. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not a big fan of something sticking up like this. Look at this. This is like, everything is nice, and then you have this screen sticking up. But I guess, you know, we can deal with that. Right next to it, engine start stop button. And this is a sync system. Let's see, I think this is the older sync system. I think this is the 3.0 versus the 4.0, which Ford's using for some of their new F-150s and the Mach-E and some of the newer vehicles. Nevertheless, it is pretty useful, and it's actually a fairly easy to use system. I've used that on Fords, never on Lincolns, because I've never been in one. And this is new. Look at this. This is like the air refresh for the air inside the cabin, so it's going to keep it nice and fresh at all times. So you have the navigation system, and you can make this bigger by simply touching this. and you know, the map is nice and visible. Let's go back to the main screen, home screen. You can turn the audio off, and at the bottom you have some shortcuts right there. So you have your audio, which you can select different sources. Of course, AM, FM, you have the Sirius XM, and then the Bluetooth stereo. Phone, so you can add a phone. I didn't add mine. Navigation, apps, let's see what we have as far as apps. Add a device, find mobile apps, Sirius Travel Link, tons of settings. So you can adjust the sound. Let's see what we have. Just a simple settings. Quantum Logic Surround System, Play Revel Experience. Let's wow, guys, I'm not an audiophile or anything like this, but this was deep. This was pretty cool. The sound of it was absolutely amazing. So you have the Bluetooth radio, vehicle. Let's see what settings we have. I'm sure there's quite a few. Rear occupant alert, easy entry system, my key. By the way, this is a pretty cool system. If you're not familiar with Ford, Ford actually allows you to program a key, but it's going to allow you to change or limit a certain features of this vehicle, like in case you have a teenager driving the car, you can limit the speed, you can limit the output of the stereo, etc., stuff like this. But then you can see you can adjust also a whole bunch of different things in vehicle settings. Driver seat and passenger seat. Let's see what we have. Driver lumbar adjust. Okay, that's the lumbar adjust that we have on the door itself right here. That basically pops the screen open, right? Yep, there you go. So I press this, the screen shows up, and now I can adjust my lumbar up and down, front and back, the way to my liking. And driver seat, passenger seat, the same thing. Ambient light, let's see what we have. Ooh, we have pretty color, right? Blue, red, dark blue, green, purple, yellow, white. We have plenty of colors. I wish I could show you this, but you know, it's so... Maybe the red one's going to show up somewhere. Well, you can't see it because it's so light outside. All right, but it does have ambient lighting. The system, other than the location of it, it's pretty user-friendly, so I like that. Let's move down here. Okay, what do we have? Navigate to parking, so it does have the active park assist, which is nice. Park aid sensors. It also has the camera. Look at this, 360 camera. Quality, very nice. Okay, part of it is the top of the vehicle. And then what do we have? We have this driver assistance. So that's what it is. Auto start stop, auto hold, additional settings, traction control. So one touch of a button, you can have all of these safety features, and you can adjust them. Cruise control, lane keep assist, pre-collision assist, speed sign recognition, rear view camera, toll, hold, cross traffic alert, reverse brake assist, driver alert, auto start stop, auto hold, traction. That's how many features you have. That's all standard on this Lincoln. That's awesome. All right, let's move down here. This is probably the most, other than this opening of the door, this is another awkward feature. I'm not sure if I'm liking this. This is kind of like the bus transmission. This is where you switch your gears. So see, we're in park. I'm gonna put it in reverse because I want to see how the rear view camera looks like. Well, we just looked at it, but it didn't have the trajectory lines. Now it does have it. So actually looks pretty good. Put it back in park. Okay. And then right at the bottom here, I like how Lincoln uses that non-shiny wood trim. And is it wood? Is it real wood? Or is it trim looking like? It looks like wood, but I'm not sure. So you have your volume tune right there. You have your sources. You have the rear lock, that audio. So the passengers in the back cannot control what you're listening to. You're the boss. You tell them. All right. And then you have your climate control. You have your heated steering wheel, heated ventilated seats. Look at this. Your temperature control. Very nice. Very classy right here. I like this too. So if you're not using it, like the cup holders or the phone holder, you can close this, and look how nice it is. And then you have an additional storage with USB-C and the USB port. And you have your parking brake and your drive mode selector. Now, what happens when you switch the drive modes? Check it out right inside of this instrument cluster. Okay, so the drive modes, you have Egypt. What does that mean? Slippery. Okay, starting with the Excite drive mode. I would say that this is the sport mode, right? Then you have the Conserve, the most eco mode, Normal, the vehicle adjusts itself, Slippery for light snow maybe, and then you have the Deep Conditions, deep snow. Probably not a huge chance here in southern Florida, but look at those drive modes, pretty cool. I'm gonna leave it in Excite. I want to be excited, right? Take a look at the top right here. All right, so we have the mirror. Does it have this rear view camera mirror? Nope. HomeLink system is not in the mirror, it's actually on the visor. And then you have the LED lights, touch LED lights. And you have the panoramic sunroof, which is, by the way, pretty nice, long. And you have your sunglasses holder, which for some reason doesn't close. And you have your mirrors in both driver and passenger, and this is it. This is the interior of this Aviator. Super impressive. Take it for a spin. Guys, the car is running. It's about 88 degrees outside. Way too early for it to be that warm, but I gotta tell you, this is a nice climate control Lincoln Aviator 2022. Take a look at some pricing of it. Now, this particular one, MSRP is $63,515, and it starts over at $57,875. One thing we didn't talk about is the gas mileage. Now, it does have 18 in the city, 26 on the expressway, so total of about 21 combined, which is not bad. As far as the safety ratings, guys, 5 stars, frontal, side, and overall. 5 stars, 4 stars for all over. Really nice score for that. Now, as far as the different options that are available for the Navigator, let's take a look at what they are. So for 2022, I guess Aviator, from what I read, dropped the price, the base MSRP, down a little bit, which is crazy. And it's available in certain options. So standard is the first one. It starts at $52,975. Reserve, which is the one that we're sitting in right now, $58,870. Grand Touring, $69,875. And then we have 2 black label options, which I just learned that you have to be a black label Lincoln dealer in order to even have them. So black label at $79,965, and the black label Grand Touring, the granddaddy of them all, $88,520. So let's talk about a little bit, what does it compete against? 50 to 90. Well, it's a mid-size luxury SUV. What do we have in that segment? So we have the Germans, right? We have the BMW and the Mercedes, the GLE and the X5, and then we have the Audi Q7, and then we have the Asian automobiles, kind of like MDX, which is smaller than this, I believe, and then you have the Lexus. And which Lexus is it? Is it the RX or is it the GX? Well, the GX is taller and the RX is smaller, so I'm not even sure. But definitely, if you're looking at the GLE Mercedes, I mean, that's definitely the price range. It starts in the 50s and it goes up to, you know, over $100,000 if you want to get the performance ones. And you know, same thing with the BMW. Now, what also I haven't mentioned is the GV80, which is definitely a competition, Volvo XC90. And of course, we can't forget about the Cadillac, which is direct competition, and that's the XT6, I believe. Yep, that'd be the XT6. Now, I've done the XT6, and I tell you, I like this better. I like this better than the XT6, a lot more features. So, you know, all right. We're gonna take it for a spin, but I wonder what Matthew McConaughey was thinking when he was sitting like this in this commercial and kind of, I don't know, rolling something between his fingers. He's like, would I take this or the GLE? Or what does it smell like? And I gotta tell you, it smells really good. This vehicle smells like leather. It's awesome. It's kind of like in this upscale luxury furniture store. And it feels good too. Seats, number one. I tell you, bar none. Just have to adjust this lumbar a little bit because it's sticking up too high right there. Okay, one thing, not a big fan of this transmission, not so much as the button transmission, but where the buttons are located. Turn the wheel all the way. Very nice, very nice. Very quiet, so quiet. It's got this air suspension. It's so soft. Even though we're in the sports mode, it's still soft as far as the suspension. Look, I'm going over the bumps and it absorbs it. So nice. Like speed bump. Oh, what was that? The speed bump. Definitely, I think it's better than a Cadillac. This is, like I mentioned when I was looking at the engine, one of the most powerful engines in its class. I think the only one that it can compare to, and that now this one is 400 horsepower without any of the electrical assist. Well, you also have the Volvo XC90, which is the T8, the plug-in hybrid that had over 400 horsepower, but that's with the electric assist. So this is the most powerful without one. 5.5 seconds 0 to 60. Okay, I'm in the excite mode. Now, that's kind of a nice play on words because the way that the excite spells out on the dashboard right there, it says excite, and then when you put it in drive, it becomes excited. So the vehicle gets excited. The driver should get excited too when driving. All right, let's check it out in just a moment if that's true. Of course, it's going to be hard with the traffic, but I can tell you, this is definitely speaker enhanced sound, but it is a nice sound. This vehicle can definitely pull, like, you know, we're just doing 40, and if you hit it, you can definitely go. The visibility is great. You know, I wish that this vehicle, and maybe the higher end trims have it, those blind spot monitor mirrors, which, you know, basically turns the mirror into the monitor and the rear view camera somewhere, because it is a rather long vehicle. So if you have people sitting in the third row seat, you're definitely going to have an obstructed view. But I'm just picking on stuff. Other than that, I mean, it's great visibility on the sides. The mirrors are just about the right side. They're just about in the right places. And nice big windshield, of course. The seats, I think they're my most comfortable seats in any of the vehicles that I've sat so far. They're really that good, I think so. And well, you know, we're going to see how it accelerates, but you know, I'll point out a couple of things that I'm not too crazy about. Well, you already heard me talking about this transmission, the placement of these buttons for the shifting, but also that opening for the door, that no door handle. I guess I'm behind times because I would like to have an old school traditional door handle. This would probably drive me crazy, both opening it from the inside and the outside. Maybe an updated, the Sync 4, it's already out, so we're probably going to get it in the next generation Aviator. I think it's coming in the next year or so. I think in 2023 it's actually due for a refresh, so maybe we'll get that for 2023. But so far I like the Sync system. I like how responsive it is. The screen, I mean, I don't know where would be the other way to place it, but this iPad style, it's kind of love it or hate it, and some people do, some people don't. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to turn it around and accelerate from the rolling stop, basically. Let's see. Wow. Okay, this is nice. I like it. I want to see one more thing. I want to see how it feels in the not so excited mode. So put it in normal. We can still hear the engine. I thought it was going to kind of reduce that noise from the engine, which I thought was reserved only for the sport, but no. So driving into the non-sport mode feels really, really nice. I mean, it feels soft, smooth, kind of like vehicle relaxed itself after being in this, hey, get ready to go sport mode. And definitely a relaxing feel to it. Love the seats. Did I tell you I love the seats already? Plus the ventilated seats help out so much, especially with this 90-degree weather. Well, definitely, you know, a great vehicle. I definitely would give it 2 thumbs up, guys, if you like it. I hope you do. You know, check out the rest of my channel. Consider subscribing. It really means a lot to me, especially right now. Again, big thanks to Get a Lincoln in Punta Gorda, Florida, for allowing me some time to film this vehicle. And if you're ever in that area, check them guys out. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.